Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. How are you, everyone? I hope all of you are fine, inshallah. Okay, yesterday we learned some tools and how can we use them to stay safe and to measure. We learned some tools and how scientists always use them to stay safe or to measure things. Okay, today inshallah we will complete this lesson. Open with me page 186. 186. Okay, be with me. Scientists always, when they do any science work, any science activities, when they work, they find questions. They always find many questions they want to answer. So they find many questions they need or they want to answer them. Okay, what they do when they answer? Some of the scientists record or write the steps they take when they answer. So some scientists record or write the steps they use or they take to answer the questions. So they faces many questions when they make any experiment or any science work. How they answer them? When they answer them, some of the scientists use or take different steps, and they record them or write the steps, what they take or what they use when they answer these questions. And another scientist come to follow the same steps. Another group of scientists follow these steps of the other groups. Okay, when they follow these steps, they should get the same result. So when they follow these steps, they should get the same results if they use the same tool. Okay, some scientists or group of scientists use different steps when they answer, and they record or write the steps they use it when they answer the questions they faces in the science work. And another group of scientists come to follow this or use the same steps. Okay, when they follow it, they should get the same result when they use the same tools. So because they use the same tools and they follow the same steps, so they should get the same results of the other group. Okay, when they compare their results or their observations with other groups, they might find different results. From the other groups. Why? Okay, it might happen if the tools are used incorrectly, or if the object being measured it change. So sometimes they find different results, and it might happen if the tools are used not correctly, or if the object being measured it changes too, or if they measure the object in a different way. So scientists always measure more than once. So they always make their measurements with the same object several times. Why? To be sure about the result. So you should always measure more than once or several times to be sure about the result. Okay, and when they observe or making any observation, when they want to work, they always use tools. So they use tools in observations. They use tools, and you should write the same or you should know the right way when measuring object and when using some tools. Here, when you want to measure the length of the leaf, you should measure it correctly. So this is a ruler, so you have used it or put it from the beginning of the leaf until the end of the leaf. So you have to measure the length of the leaf correctly, and you have to use the tools correctly to avoid making mistakes. So here, when you want to observe the length of the leaf, you use tools. As we said, tools make our lives or our works easier. So we use tools in observations, and also scientists use tools. And here, look at the picture. How long is the leaf? Circle the number on the ruler. So this is the ruler, and this is the leaf. This is the right way to measure the leaf. So we should start from the beginning of the leaf. We should start from the beginning of the leaf until the end. So here, by the end of the leaf is the length of it. So 14 centimeter is the length of it. So you can here circle 14, circle it. This is the length. How can we measure the leaf? Okay. So, as we said, groups of scientists record or write the steps they use or they take when they answer questions, and another group come to follow the same steps. They should get the same answers if they follow the same steps and use the same tools. Scientists compare that they observe with other scientists. Sometimes they get different results, different answers, and this might happen if a measuring tool is not used correctly, or if an object being measured changes too. So scientists always measure objects more than once, so they always make several times of measurements. So why they make this? Why they do this? To be sure about their answers. So scientists measure more than once to be sure their answers are correct. Okay. Here, circle 14. This is the length of the leaf, and this is the way we can measure the length of it. So scientists measure more than once to be sure their answers are correct. So to be sure about the answer, you have to measure several times. Okay, let's move to the second page, last page of this lesson, which is page 187. Okay, 187 to know or to learn how to stay safe in the lab. How can we stay safe? What are the rules we should follow to stay safe? Okay, let's read them together. Safety steps or safety rules. So use these steps to stay safe when you observe or when you do any science work. Okay, firstly, listen to your teacher's instructions. So you have to listen to your teacher's instructions. If If the teacher say anything, you have to follow to keep or to be safe. Okay, never test or smell materials unless your teacher say that. So never test or smell any materials. Wear safety goggles when needed, so you have to protect your eyes when you handle or when you deal with chemicals or with any harmful materials. And how can you protect your eyes? By wearing safety goggles. Also, you have to tie for girls you have to tie your hair back, also to protect your hair. Handle tools carefully, so you have to be very careful when you handle tools. We have some sharp tools, so we have to be careful when we handle them. Keep your workplace neat and clean. As our classroom, we always say we have to keep it neat, organized, clean. Also our workplace in the lab, we have to keep it clean. And if any spills happen, you have immediately clean it. So we have to clean up any spills immediately. And for sure, we have to wash our hands with soap and water. We have to wash our hands very well with soap and water after every activity. Okay, circle the tips that are the hardest for you to remember. So it will be vary from student to another. So this is for you. This is you will answer it. Which one is the hardest step or hardest rule for you to follow it? Maybe it is very hard for you to wear safety goggles, so circle it. It is if it's very hard for you to wash your hands, so but it is necessary. But if it's hard for you, so you can circle the steps that are very hard for you, so it will be vary. It depends on the student's opinion. Okay, and we have one more rule to protect our clothes from any contaminations, that we can wear an apron. And the apron, you can find it. What is the apron? The apron, you can find it in the kitchen or in the art classes. This is the apron. So we have to wear it to protect our clothes from any contamination in the lab. We have to wear apron, like what we wear it or what we use it in the kitchen or in the art classes. So these are the safety tips. We should follow them in the lab, and you can find the chart in the lab. When you enter the science lab, you can find the chart of the safety rules, and also your teacher may say it to you, so you have to listen to your teacher's instructions. Okay, this was our lesson. Okay, we have a question here. Draw an X on two ways. These people are staying safe. Okay, look at the picture. How are these people staying safe? Okay, draw one X. Think with me. Can you see? They are wearing a safety goggles. So draw X on the safety goggles. So this is a safety way. One safety way. Okay, another one. Two ways these people are staying safe. Another way. The people staying safe is they tie their hair back. So they tie their hair back to protect their hairs from any chemical or any liquid materials. Also, we said we can wear an apron to protect our clothes from any contamination, any chemical or liquid materials. Okay, nice. As we said, scientists use tools to observe, to find, to look for the answers. So they use tools to make their works. And when they answer the questions they face them during working, during the activity. So when they answer the questions, some of them record or write the steps they use them or they take them to answer, and another group come to follow the same steps, and if they follow the same steps and use the same tools, so they should get the same answers. They should get the same answers if they follow the same steps and use the same tools. When they compare their results with the other group, they sometimes find different or get different results or different answers. And it might happen if a measuring tool is used is not used correctly, or if the object being measured changes too. So all scientists measure more than once to be sure their answers are correct. Okay, let's make a fast revision by watching this video together.
Scientists use many different kinds of tools. A tool is something that is used to do work. A hand lens is a tool that helps a scientist observe things up close. Some scientists use tools to stay safe too. A bee scientist wears a face cover and a body cover. There are many different tools to help you learn. A balance is a tool that measures how much matter an object has. A measuring cup is a tool that measures volume. Scientists are careful when using tools. They measure things more than once to be sure their measurements are correct. You too should be careful when observing. Do the following. Listen to your teacher's instructions. Never taste or smell materials. Handle all tools carefully. And wash your hands well after every activity. Following rules like these will help to keep you safe. Got it? Sure you do.
Okay, thank you. So we learned how to use tools in measuring and in staying safe, how to observe and record our steps. Okay, thank you. This was our lesson and we finished it. Alhamdulillah. I hope all of you understood. If you have any question, you can ask me. Thank you. Goodbye.